Hello everyone, I'm kind of doing a different style video here, and if you are a pro with your wallflowers, this may not be any new information to you, but I kind of wanted to do a wallflower 101. I find a lot of people have trouble using them because there isn't really any direction when you come into the store and you see them. You just assume that you plug the end in the bottom, and that's pretty much it unless you ask a sales rep the whole spiel on them. So I thought I'd just kind of go through and do, like I said, a quick Wallflower 101, my experience with them, how I use them. So as you can see, I have acquired a lot of plugs. I do have a perk since I am employed by the company. I do often receive the little basic ones for free. As you can see, here's one here, and I really like these. Can't go wrong there. And then semi-annual sale is a good time to pick up really cool ones for a discounted price, because these can range anywhere from $4.50 with the little basic ones like this, anywhere up to literally $32 on the really fancy ones. So I'd say a middle of the road price for holders is about $12 to $15 for something that's a little more exciting, like this butterfly one. Let's see, this rose or peony one was $12.50. So that's kind of what you'll see for the price for them. These are said to last about 2 years. Now, they do have a safety mechanism inside of the holder itself, so if it were to get too hot, there is a fuse that will turn it off and it will not work any longer, and that is to prevent a fire hazard. So I know when I was in an older house that the electrical wasn't as good. I did end up having a few of these dud out on me, and I kind of figured out we had a bad outlet that ran really hot. So that's something you can encounter as well if you find that no scent is being thrown out of these. Another thing when you're going in store and looking at them, some of them have night lights, and this will tell you right here. So we have a light up 24/7 label. That's just going to let you know the light will always be on with this one. This here has no any additional information about lights, so you know that this one just has no night light. And there are a few that are a nightlight sensor. I just believe I don't have any like that. So that's kind of the deal for the lights. And then there's something new they're doing, which is really cool. They have these scent control wallflowers. So you can turn on low, medium, and high, as you can see here. And that's really cool. If some of your refills are super intense, you can turn it down. If they're not intense enough, you can turn it up. And it just has a little button and indicator on the side of the holder. So that's something new and really exciting, because you'll find there are inconsistencies in... Whoa. Running away from me. You'll find there's inconsistencies in these refills. You can tell this packaging, you probably don't recognize it. It's old. So this one's probably not going to throw out as much fragrance as one that came out in the last year to 3 years. So these are cool for my older ones that may not be performing as well, to kind of blast the scent out of them a little more. So that's kind of the deal on the holders. Now I'm going to show you how to take one out, because this guy is at the end of its life. And another thing you'll notice is when you start using these a lot, you will get some yellow discoloration. I'm not 100% sure what that is due to, but it is a little tacky, so it might just be some of the oil that's diffusing out, and I just wipe them off the best I can, but that's not out of the ordinary. If you see that, like this one is older here, you can see the oils discolored it a decent amount, so don't be alarmed if you see that. It happens. So now we're going to take these out. So what's confusing with these is everyone should know the rule righty-tighty, lefty-loosey, like when turning on something you're screwing in. But for these, it is the opposite. So if I try to turn it right, it's actually going to loosen it. And if I turn it the other way, it's going to tighten it. Now I've messed it up here. There. So it's tight in there now. And then if I turn this way, that's going to loosen it. So I know some people have issues when they first get these inserting them into the actual mechanism because we always turn that same way because it's kind of universal, but it's different for these. So this is a used one here. You can see the little cotton piece. So now we'll just put a new one in. And if you're ever forgetting, at the top they do have arrows telling you which way to turn it. So that's kind of cool. And then you'll have your tag, and they do have the scent notes inside if you're ever wondering. I have a lot of these that I received before I had animals in my house. So this is a good way for me to check to make sure there's not like lavender or tea tree that would be harmful to my cats, and I use those in my garage where they're not allowed. And then while we're on the topic of animals, I try to limit my use of these now that I have pets. I have one in a hallway, and then I have one in a different room that they don't go in very often. And then where they sleep and where like me and my husband sleep, I don't have any of these in there. Just because that's a lot of scent while I'm sleeping at night. And then again, I don't want my animals to have any harmful effects from any of the essential oils, because I know cats are kind of sensitive to essential oils sometimes. So just keep an eye on that. If you have been using these and you get animals, that's something to just consider. So yeah, sometimes you'll be surprised what you find in them. I was going to put in white sand beaches actually in this cute succulent holder right here, and then I saw it had lavender in it, so I set it aside, and I will use that in my garage where they aren't allowed in. So that's something useful for the tag. It always lets you know. So you just remove this. Some people keep it because if they really like it, they want to be able to know what scent they had put in. So that's something also to be mindful of, because from this you can't really tell what scent it is. And then there's going to be a little perforated piece, and you're just going to peel up, and that's going to remove the plastic seal. And then again, the arrows tell you which way to turn, and you're just going to twist this little cap off. And then you have your little like cotton reed, I guess you would call it. And that you're going to put right into here where that opening is. So I kind of have to go out of frame for this so I can see and don't spill. So I kind of set that on there. And then we turn, and it is secure. So it didn't take much turning to get that secure in there. And then this will go in the outlet facing this way. I have had it where people have come in and it has leaked everywhere, and that's because they put it upside down, and it will definitely leak that way, so you don't want to do that. You want those little hole openings at the top, and then you just plug it in and you have scent. The bulbs last up to a month. I've had some that last 3 weeks, some that last a little longer, so there's going to be a variant there. And then if you notice that this is not going down and it's been weeks and weeks, then that may be meaning, again, the poor outlet thing happened, or your heater has just died over time. Like I said, they say up to 2 years. I've had some last for way longer past that, and I've had some last only a year. So it just kind of depends. The consistency on these is a little bit not so great, so that can confuse people as well. But that's kind of everything I have to say about Wallflowers. I hope this was helpful to anyone who shops Bath & Body Works but has never tried these out. I think they're really great, especially for dorms, people who can't have candles. You get that same Bath & Body Works experience, but in a plug. Oh my gosh, I am just, I cannot hold on to anything today. I'm so sorry if that hurt your ears. So yeah, that is this video. If you enjoyed, let me know down below, and thanks for watching.